Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Seneca coming right back at you. A friendly military training instructor coming at you. So I'm leaving right now, UTSA for ROTC, giving them some tips on training and mentoring. So what we did tomorrow yesterday at BMT, was that we came and picked up the flight from their class, and we did PT, and it was their first PT, and we kind of went over the exercises to make sure they understood it. They get taught previously in the 323rd. So when you take your flight out to PT, and it was ultra windy, so when it's windy outside for PT, your voice will not carry that much because the wind ain't taking it. They can't hear it. So me being an old PT supply NCO, I always say that when it's windy, each pad, instead of doing everything all together with one caller, they need to do it on their own pad. So all the first weekers were on their own pad. I'm trying to scan this ticket. Ticket successfully scanned. So I was calling the card. Even though it was super windy and as loud as I can be, without straining too much of my voice, I called the card. And I noticed I was calling the wrong strength card. There's a strength card A and a strength card B. And I called the wrong strength card. And for anything they didn't know, what I do is I'll just stop and I'll pre-show the exercise before they do it. It only takes like 10 seconds. So they did it very well. We finished on time with everybody else. And then right after, we applied double arm extend and then shrank it back up to normal interval over and over and over again. So you'll hear PD formation go. I hate saying that. It sounds like cheerleader or whatever. I just say, on the command dismiss, double arm extend, go. So that's what I did. And when they first did it, they were a little slow. So I fixed that. We did it like 10 times. Double arm extend. Turn 90 degrees to the right. Double arm extend. You didn't do it in 5 seconds each. Shrink back, do it again. Remember, repetition breeds them to understand what's going on. So, after that was done, we went over chow again to do the left steps and right steps. A lot of people teach in the dining facility that they're taking side steps. No, it's a right step, left step, which is a drill movement. And it says heels come together with snap. So when heels come together with snap, you can hear something. So I better hear some heels coming together. And these men and women, they were lockout ready to rock. They understand. They went through the dining facility with really no corrections. The chow runners did well for the first week of training. They were very confident. And this is an interesting intricacy of what I'm going through. I'm assigned to the 22nd, but I'm pushing out of the 320th. So I have to learn all their standard operating procedures. And I'm already like making mistakes already, but it is what it is. Nobody's dying. They're politely telling me, which I appreciate. And I just conform. So we get upstairs. Check this out. Before we went to chow, we said, get in your PT, take a shower and get in your PT gear. I'm opposite gender because it's a female dorm. Not all of them took a shower. So I don't know if they were told this by senior flights or whatever like that, but we have to make sure that everybody showers. So I asked the hard question, hey, don't lie to me. Did everybody take a shower? Because if you did not, I could get in trouble. So when you say it like that, then be like, yes, sir, we didn't take a shower. We didn't want to get you in trouble. We wanted to fit the timeline. I said, hey, look, if I ever give you a timeline that you think is impossible, you need to let me know. Now, they have 26 shower heads. I know they can get it done. So they went upstairs after chow. I gave them time to do showers. And then I taught linen exchange beds. And when I teach linen exchange beds, I go really slow and I allow them to make mistakes. And when you allow people to make mistakes, you get, I wouldn't say buy-in, but they understand that you're being patient with them. And I always tell them, hey, when these blankets look good, it makes me look good and I appreciate it. Yes, I say that in the first week of training. You daggone right I do. Because the thing is, they're learning right now. And learning in the presence of fear is very ineffective. I ramp it up as they remember. I ramp it up once they know. And then they make a mistake. Oh, I'm stealing souls at that point. So I have to create an avenue for learning. An effective avenue. So I start with one blanket. I make sure that they understand what the center aisle side of the bed is, the inspection side, the non-inspection side, and the wall locker side. And I allow them to make mistakes. And then after the class, what I do is I say, hey, I want you to do this in 10 minutes. If they don't make it, they redo it. So once they got used to making it with like 2 or 3 reps, and you got to remember, you got to give them time. So they don't make a time limit. They need to know what, they need to make mistakes to realize, hey, I'm not going to make that mistake again. So after a while, they got better. They started making it under 10 minutes. And then I said, hey, it's A bay versus B bay. Strip your beds. Go. And when you give them a little bit of stress, they start forgetting things. It's hilarious. You just verified just recently that their beds were perfect. They did a great job. But then when you add a little stress to it, their mind races too fast. And you need to allow that to happen. That's why I do the races. Who could do the best beds in 10 minutes and get done in 10 minutes, of course. So I have my student in A bay and I'm in B bay. And I'm talking trash. Ain't nobody better than B bay. We don't want to be like A bay. We don't want to be like average bay. Let's go. Let's get it done. And I'm going around and making sure I'm making corrections to set my bay up for success. Making sure I'm not folding in the wrong direction. And my bay is echoing things to help them remember how to fold it, which is a sign of teamwork. I love that. And of course my bay won. Of course they did. And my student learned how much more corrections that he needs to make before it becomes an issue and a problem. So overall, linen exchange was good. I'm driving into work right now to see if the linen exchange beds look good. If not, I'm gonna rip those things apart. We're gonna do it again, provided if we have time to do it. Then I handed out rosters. The roster I handed out was weapons. And when I do weapons check and everything like that, and we're handing out the weapons, they're putting their serial number on the roster so they know whose weapon is whose. I always teach port arms, sling arms, low ready, and how to bring the bolt back and the bolt forward of the weapon, the M4. Easy peasy. And the ladies got it quick, which tells me, and hopefully it would tell you, that however you're teaching is very effective. There were some that didn't understand it. They just did a little bit more practice. But now when we do weapons familiarization, I think on Friday, it's going to be quick. I don't have to teach that anymore. So I'm already like 50% ahead already. And you always want to do this when you're in MTI. You want to be a little ahead without losing so much time. And then I assign details. Details is cleaning the dorm. And my laundry crew are like hybrids between other details. Because if they're not doing laundry, I don't want them to sit around and do nothing. They're going to be on some type of detail. So normally, a lot of my latrine crew, I put like 15 in the latrine. If they're doing laundry or whatever like that, then they can still do it with 11. Whatever, it's easy. It's not that big of a deal. And I make sure that each area add information on it so they can go. It's already posted on the wall. I got everything posted on the wall. When I was talking about that EC stuff on my last video, they're all on the wall. All the details on how to do it are all on the wall. Some instructors put MTIR up there. That's, to me, that's ineffective. This is why. I take the lesson plan and then I put it all on one page and I put it in their area, and it's a checklist item. That's how they clean their area. I didn't get a time to apply. I just assigned it. So today when I go in, I'm going to make sure that we go over details and make sure things get clean. I'm going to make sure that we have bleach, because when I look at the walls in there, a little mildewy. So what I usually do is, like, maybe on like a Saturday, we'll spray it down with bleach. We'll evacuate the dorm and let that bleach kill all the mold, and then we'll rinse it down, and that'll be it. Also makes the latrine smell clean. Those are some of the things that we did there. I know this has gone over 10 minutes now. So some key takeaways. Always set your people up for success. Allow them to fail early and often. But the cutoff for failing often is in the 3rd week of training. That's the cutoff. Maybe the 2nd week of training. Because they have to show proficiency at that point. So we haven't taught wall lock or closure. We taught placement, but none of that stuff yet. Remember, this is like the 4th day coming in that the flight has been in our presence. So we're knocking some things out really well. Oh, we also did the fitness screening questionnaire. I don't know why we do it in 0 week, but the 5th week of training is the real PT test. The 1st and the 3rd week of training is just an appraisal. Doesn't really count. It doesn't go on the record. They really should be doing it in the 4th or 5th week of training right before their PT test, but whatever, it's done. That's all I got. I hope that y'all enjoying these videos. I hope it's very fruitful and helpful. God bless. Take care.